So it is a special time of the night. It's time for one of our biggest awards.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, the next award is pretty much the biggest award for the night. Like we said, last year's recipient, the former Vice President of Nigeria, Chief Alex Ekweme, was the Personality of the Year last year. It was the last award he received before proceeding to heaven. However, we want to sound a note of warning for this year's recipient of Personality of the Year. You please don't go anywhere.
Yeah, we still need you.
So
stick around for a bit.
Not just because he's a fine gentleman.
Yes, he's many things actually, because the list is very long. I mean, if we tried to start, I don't think we have enough time, but he's an entrepreneur.
Right.
He is an economist.
Right.
He is a man that literally is all about putting Africa on the map, not just Nigeria. And he has done so over the years. If you haven't heard him speak, you would have seen his work. I think everybody knows when you just mention his first and his last name. Like,
right.
You know what it is. You know what time it is.
Right. And he also runs pretty much the biggest charity program ever known in Africa for young entrepreneurs, budding, aspiring entrepreneurs. Ladies and gentlemen, we will stop there because the people to do the honors are backstage.
That's right. So introducing the recipient for the Vanguard Personality of the Year Awards is Mrs. Akonde and Biodun Shobanjo. Please welcome them to the stage and also turn your attentions to the media screens for the citation.
Yes. Please put your hands together. Former Minister of Industry, Mrs. Akonde, advertising guru.
In 2016, I was lost. I didn't know where I was heading to. But then I saw this ad about the Tony Elumelu Foundation, and I applied. That was the pivotal moment.
The seed from the Tony Elumelu Foundation is the bedrock all our success is sitting on.
When the Tony Elumelu Foundation found me, I was small.
If the foundation had just given me this money without taking me through the mentoring program, maybe this business would still be an idea.
Africa is a land of opportunities. There's no better time to be and become an entrepreneur in Africa. Government is to set the right environment, but the private sector must take lead and take charge. Having been an entrepreneur myself, let me help to create more. That is the whole driving force behind the Tony Elumelu Foundation.
Through the Tony Elumelu Entrepreneurship Program, I am committing $100 million to support the next generation of African entrepreneurs. The program represents a decade-long commitment to support 10,000 African entrepreneurs and startups. The program is open to entrepreneurs from all 54 African countries. Over the next 10 years, our goal is to generate 1 million jobs through these 10,000 businesses and to help contribute at least $10 billion to revenues across Africa through these businesses.
What we wanted to do was to democratize luck. We're not targeting any sector. We just want people who believe in themselves, who have ideas that can develop the continent. And so that was what drove us.
Welcome to Aerial Industries. This is our flight site and our test facility. This is where we believe that we're about to revolutionize not only agriculture in Africa as we know it today, but the aviation industry. Our focus being in agriculture doesn't mean that we are not also interested in other fields. So we now also teach how to use and operate drones here.
The inspiration behind my business came out when I had my daughter. I had her in London and it was very, very expensive to buy her furniture. And I brought it back to Nigeria thinking that, oh, it would be a walk in the park to clear it to customs. And with customs, I heard that furniture was contraband. So I had to pay an extra 250,000 naira to actually clear the furniture. And I thought about it. I said, why can't I actually even buy furniture in Nigeria? So I did my research, spoke to my business partner. So we said, okay, you know what, let's try and see how we can start doing this as a business.
What Usafi intends to do is to bridge the gap of sanitation, and we have a modern technology, which is a green toilet, and we intend to roll this out in the market and specifically target schools. And the whole idea is to phase out the methods of waste management within schools, that is use of pit latrines.
My inspiration comes actually mostly from the fabrics and then also my clients. My designs are mostly simple. I try to maintain the colors that are on the fabric that I'm working with. I don't like things that are too busy, and just very classy, simple, nice wares.
I started Mama Money due to my personal experience as a young girl with a widowed mother. So feeding in the house was a very big challenge for us. My mother was a full-time housewife. She had no skill and no income. So there was basically no fund in the house. So we had to go begging sometimes, family, friends to give us money to feed. So with all this experience, I said to myself, no child deserves to go through what we did, myself and my siblings. So I decided to start investing in women like my mother, so that when they have money in their hands, they're able to educate their children, they're able to feed their children.
When I have a broken down vehicle, I fix my own cars. I know what's wrong. I know that, oh, if my car is behaving this way, I know why. If I perceive a smell, I know where the smell is coming from. I will know how to fix it. And presently what I'm doing is encouraging other women. I have a program called Heels on Wheels. What we do is that we teach women basic preventive maintenance. We let them know about their cars, what they should check in the mornings before they leave the house, how often they should service their car, what they should do. So if I'm running such a program, I should be able to do the basic repairs on my own vehicle.
In Uganda now and in Africa, governments no longer are creating enough jobs. And now the opportunity in Africa is in agribusiness. And yet our education system trained us to seek white-collar jobs. So ever since I started my project after the Tony Elumelu Foundation, I've recruited young men whom I recruit and take on to my model farm and demonstration. I train them right from nursery bed preparation through the life cycle of the crop. So in 3 months, when they sell, I believe they would have got the skill and the knowledge to begin on themselves. Then I graduate them, they can begin. I can assure you, it's marvelous when you see the mindset change achieved among the youth in my region, among the youth in Uganda. It's magical.
As a foundation, we invested so much in building huge online training facility, which we use to train our entrepreneurs 12 weeks in a year. We can open this up to as many as the world is ready to support. Then at the end of the training, they are certified, and we'll give them $5,000 to support them to take off.
Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together as we welcome on stage the Vanguard Personality of the Year 2018, the chairman of Hares Holdings. Give it up for Mr. Tony Elumelu.
I know I can count on me, so stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up, stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up, stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up.
the chairman, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Tony Elumelu, congratulations for a well-deserved honor. You have touched many lives in many positive ways. I've attended most of your programs, and it's always a pleasure to be there. Well done. On behalf of Vanguard newspaper, I present this flag to you in recognition of your various achievements. Congratulations.
Tony, are you going to collect this as well? They both belong to you.
I'm so honored to receive this award. I want to thank the Almighty God for making this possible. I want to thank Uncle Sam, the leadership, editorial team management of Vanguard News Organization. I want to commit and dedicate this first to my colleagues at United Bank for Africa, PLC, that work in Nigeria and 20 other countries that we operate in. I want to dedicate this to my colleagues at S Holdings, our investment company, and to dedicate this to the young men and women at the Tony Elumelu Foundation who work around the clock in making sure that we continue to fulfill our promise to young African men and women. Equally, to Transcorp PLC, Transcorp Power, Transcorp Hotel PLC, colleagues who contribute significantly in making sure we are able to support young Africans. Finally, but most importantly, this is dedicated to our young entrepreneurs, young Africans from Nigeria and across all of Africa who are aspiring to help contribute their quota in developing Africa, who need capital, who need mentoring, who need hand-holding, who need luck, and most importantly, networking. I want to say, if Tony Elumelu, the regular boy, is standing here to receive this today, you can and will receive even better recognitions in life. Just keep working hard and believing in God. Thank you.